Have you just bought an electric car or are you planning to get one soon? Then you will definitely want to know how to pay at public charging stations. There are a few different ways to do it, and if you don't know them in advance, things could get confusing. You could waste a lot of time when all you really want to do is plug and charge. So in this video, I'll walk you through the different payment methods and show you exactly how paying at a public charging station works. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to the GoE YouTube channel. I'm Amy and there are 5 main ways of paying at public charging stations. 1 with a charging card, 2 with the charging app, 3 using a credit or debit card, 4 with plug and charge or AutoCharge, and 5 for Tesla drivers directly via your Tesla account. And in some cases, you can even charge for free. More on that later. Let's begin with the most common method, the charging card. Currently, charging cards are still the most widespread way to pay. Here's how it works. You park your EV at the station, open the charging socket, and take the cable from the station. DC stations always have one. If you're at an AC station and no Type 2 cable is provided, connect your own. Then simply hold your card to the RFID reader and the charging session will begin. The costs are then billed by your mobility service provider, usually from the payment method you set up when registering the card. Once you're done, unplug the cable, close the socket, and off you go. But where do you get a charging card? From either a mobility service provider or a charge point operator. MSPs handle subscriptions and billing. Prices vary depending on the provider, and the right choice depends on your needs. CPOs install and run the charging stations themselves. Some issue their own cards, but usually they leave this to the MSPs. In practice, it is always worth comparing providers and tariffs carefully, because your choice will directly affect your costs. Charging is usually billed per kilowatt hour, although some older stations still charge per minute. Some providers have low monthly fees, but higher charging rates, which is fine for drivers who mainly charge at home or simply don't drive a lot. Others ask for a higher basic fee, but lower rates, which is better for frequent users of public charging stations. Some MSPs also run their own stations, so if you have a contract with one of these, charging at their network may be cheaper. But don't worry, you're not locked in. Thanks to roaming agreements, you can still use stations from other operators. If you travel widely across regions or countries, a larger provider is often the best choice. Shell or EnBW, for example, give you access to more than 500,000 charging points across Europe. Another example is Octopus Electroverse, which does not have its own charging stations, but instead provides access to more than 1 million chargers across the UK and Europe, including those from Connected Curb, Fastnet, and Ionity. In Norway, Sweden, Germany, or the UK, the Mayor card gives access to over 540,000 charging points, plus roaming partners. Their stations can also be used with the cards or apps from partners such as E.ON. And if you mostly drive in one region, a smaller, local provider like your energy supplier might work out best. They often have roaming partners where you can also charge. Charging apps are also a very common way to pay. Most providers that issue cards also offer apps, which makes the process really convenient. Shell Recharge or EnBW with its Mobility Plus app, for example, both offer cards and apps. The Ionity app is also very popular, though it only works at Ionity stations. Ionity as a CPO runs more than 400 charging parks with around 6 chargers at each. So how does it work? Download the app, register, and link your preferred payment method. PayPal, credit card, or direct debit, depending on what's supported. It's easiest to set this up at home before your first charging session. If you already have a card from that provider, their app will use the same contract. When you arrive at a station and plug it in, open the app, find the correct charging station on the map, and then start the session by following the app instructions. Payment is then handled automatically in the background. Everything is stored in the app, and you usually also get a monthly invoice by email. Paying directly with a credit or debit card might sound simple, but it's still not widely available. More stations are adding it, and new regulations will soon require every charging station to offer at least one option for contactless debit or credit card payments, but progress has been slow. One exception is Ionity. All their new sites opened since summer 2023 have credit card readers now. Hold your credit card to the NFC reader, enter your PIN on the touchscreen. This is required because the pre-authorization amount is relatively high. It's 40 euros in Ionity's case. Once authorized, just plug it in. Most stations show charging info on a screen or in a companion app. Your card will be charged per kilowatt hour, and when you're finished, simply unplug. If you stop charging early, you may need to end the session manually on the station screen or in your car or in the app. You can usually get a receipt or a PDF confirmation via a dedicated web page or by scanning a QR code at the station. Be aware though that paying by card is often more expensive than using a charging card or app, since you don't benefit from subscription tariffs. Plug and Charge, based on ISO 15118, eliminates the need for a card, QR code, or app. It's by far the most convenient way to pay. Just plug in and charging starts automatically. The catch, currently only a few EVs and charging stations support it, but that's expected to change in the coming years. Mercedes, for example, already supports it on their latest models. To use it, you need a Me Charge contract, where you register your car details and payment method. Then, at a PNC-enabled station, you just plug in your car and the rest happens automatically. AutoCharge works in a similar way, though Plug and Charge is more secure and will likely become a future standard. With Fastnet, for instance, you can activate AutoCharge through the app. Connect your compatible car at a suitable Fastnet station, follow the instructions, and once activated, every future session is automatic. No card or app needed. Tesla has its own system. To use it, simply add your payment details to your Tesla account. Once it's set up, park at a Tesla supercharger and plug in. The station recognizes your car and starts charging and bills your account directly. Tesla doesn't use ISO 15118, but the result is the same: seamless charging and payment. You can also use other EVs such as the VW ID.4 or Kia EV6 at most European superchargers. Non-Tesla drivers pay a bit more, but with a supercharger membership, the rates are lower. Full pricing is shown in the Tesla app. And yes, free charging is also possible. Some gyms or shopping centers still offer it, although it is less often these days. You might also be able to charge free at work, although with more EV drivers, many companies pass the costs on nowadays. And of course, at home, charging can be free if you have solar panels combined with a smart Wallbox like the GoE Charger and GoE Controller. Together, they let you charge with surplus solar power instead of feeding it into the grid. Once your household needs are covered, the GoE Controller prioritizes car charging, so you don't need to use expensive grid power later. You can monitor everything via the GoE app or the controller's display. Even without solar panels, the GoE Charger can save you money. It supports flexible tariffs, so it only charges when the prices are lowest, often at night or when lots of renewable energy is in the grid. You can easily save more than 10 cents per kilowatt hour, completely automatically. While you're sleeping, your car charges only at the lowest price, and in the morning, it's ready to go. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or visit us at goe.com. Links are in the description below. See you next time, Amy from GoE.